Real Talk with Nik Lewis. Man, I'm curious. When you're watching the game on Sunday, 105th Grey Cup, Stampeders Argos, what's Nik Lewis going to be watching for through his eyes?
I'm going to be watching the Toronto front and the Calgary front. It's going to be how those front four play. I believe Toronto has an edge at running back, so Calgary's going to have to rush their lanes with integrity, so therefore they're not going to be able to just pin their ears back and rush Ricky Ray.
Do you like James Wilder?
Because I like James Wilder. And he's not going to be a guy that you can just arm tackle. So for him to come downhill, and those guys, if they're rushing and leaving lanes open, he's going to run the ball very well. And anytime that you have to worry about the run game that much, Ricky Ray is going to be able to do what Ricky Ray does. So that front four, being able to rush the passer with integrity of keeping their lanes and not just letting linemen get onto the linebackers and James Wilder getting to that second level, it's going to be huge.
And what about, for the flip side, with Calgary on offense? Talked about the Toronto front a little bit. We had
Toronto's got a skilled front. You got Sean Lemon, Cleon Lang, and Victor Butler, and those guys. They're going to come after the quarterback, and I think Jerome Messam changes. If you hit him behind the line of scrimmage, he's not that hard to bring down. Oh. If he hits the line of scrimmage, it's almost like Superman coming out of a phone booth. And right now, you look at him in the attitude he had after the game last week. He's on a mission, and he's on a mission to show that he's a bad boy. But we have to see it. It's got to be more than 1 week. Played well last week, but he's got to be able to bring that again this week. But like I said, if Toronto's front can cause pressure in the backfield, they're going to make it very hard for Calgary.
Who's the X factor in this game if you had to pick one player?
Woo! The X factor. Man, I'd say the X factor is James Wilder. If they're able to get a lead and they're able to run the ball, right now it's going to be hard. You always want to put the other team at a disadvantage by making them feel like they have to do something they don't want to do. So if Toronto can come out, play good defense, get the ball, and run it down Calgary's throat, now Calgary, when they get on offense, they're going to have to do things they don't want to do. They're not going to be just that ball control offense that can just hand the ball off and let Messam pound. They're going to have to – Bo's going to make throws he doesn't want to make. And it goes the same way. Calgary wants to do that to Toronto. Calgary wants to put Toronto in a one situation where they're going to throw the ball. They're not going to hand the ball off because they're down by too much. So we make them one-dimensional and let our secondary eat.
If we get a pick from Nik? I didn't think you'd make one.
Horses ride.